Hello. It's a pleasure to have you on the program again today. And of course, it still remains the economy today coming your way from That is the way it is. And for the sector notes, all 5 major sectoral indices closed positive. Insurance index plus 0.49%, 7%. Banking gained, and they all were on the positive this time. And we hope it will continue this way, definitely, because a lot more will still continue to happen on the stock exchange. Yeah, that's where we'll let it be. And I wouldn't be able to take the other story. I wanted to talk about MPC, but since it's already been there in the news, it will be a repetition. So we'll go ahead, and I will straight away introduce my guest who is here with me on the program today. He is an entrepreneur, and he is here to share the moments with me. Let me let you know that he is Chief Kingsley Chime. It's a pleasure to have you on the program today, sir. Thank you, sir. My pleasure. Right, and Kingsley is coming onto the program for the first time. I believe it will not be the last time. We'll bring you many more times, sir. No problem. Thank you so much for being here. Sir. All right, sir. Thank you so much. And with him here, we'll be looking at the topic, Nigeria's economic situation. And we're looking at the fact that this one that we normally say, the rich also cry. The rich also cry. That is what we want to see, looking at the economic situation and find out what has happened and how the rich would also do what they do, or what did they do, and how does it happen. So we want to first of all say that these things that we have seen here, we all know that even as life is concerned, a lot of people are suffering under the hardship at a time like this. And we want to find out whether it affects the rich, whether it has cut across all classes and not just the poor. And incidentally, I brought someone who will help me talk about it. One of the rich, I must say. And so let's hear him say something about it. What exactly do we mean when we say the rich also cry?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes.
It's my pleasure coming here today for the first time, but like you said,
yes,
many, many more times to come.
Yeah, exactly.
When you talk about the rich also cry, believe you me, I will tell you for free that the rich cry more now these days. And what do I mean? Growing up, like 20, 25 years ago, I watched a Mexican soap opera film. The title was The Rich Also Cry. Yes. I did not know it to come to me
come to you today.
Eventually, the man was very rich, so affluent. But watching the film then, it's a serious film. I was not looking at it the way it's happening to us in Nigeria now. Because now, the time the rich also cry, then it was the poor is always crying. Yes. But now the rich also cry. And what do we mean? When you talk about the rich, you talk about his investment, his family, his person himself, his health, which is one of the one I will talk about more now.
Yes, yes.
When we talk about the rich, we have the super rich, that is the politicians and the rest of them. We have the middle one, that is the directors in the ministries, the captains of industries. Then we have at least the rich, that's the small bankers, the government workers, and the rest of them. Yes. Then we now go to the one we say the poor. Yes. But now it affects the rich more. How does it affect the rich? In the economy we have now, you cannot sitting here like me, I'll say here now, I determine that when I import my goods, I'll sell it at this and this and that. It doesn't happen anymore. Yes. Because before it comes in, you talk about foreign exchange. Yes. To get the foreign exchange, to get those goods, first problem for the rich man. And when you can't get in goods, what will you sell?
I wonder.
Secondly, you talk about the taxes when it comes back. The government will put on so much tax that if you're not careful, you lose everything on tax. Then you talk about the society now. Who are you selling it to? Are you selling it to yourself? Are you selling it to the rich class that don't even want to buy so many things now? I will get to that later. Yes. Then you talk about maybe roads and the rest of them. I send my lorries to bring goods from Lagos to Abuja. In the night, as a rich man, I will not sleep.
Yes.
Why would I not sleep? Sometimes before your phone will ring, sir, we just the motor fell somewhere because of bad road. All these things, they affect the economy, and the person that bears the more brunt is the rich man. So the rich man has so many things that makes him to cry. So the rich also cry these days more. So coming to his family, the rich man will build schools in Abuja, build schools in Lagos. I was going through the internet the other time. They say the costliest school in Nigeria, secondary school, 4 point something million, 6 point something million. But these are super rich men in Nigeria. Their children don't even go to these schools that they build. You send them abroad, all kind of stories. Some of them you send them, they go back, they come back gay. That is bisexual.
Yes.
Some of them you send them, they go there, they become drug addicts. We know of so many rich men. We know some of them. You hear so many things about their families. So it gives this rich man concern. So he cries on that way.
Yes.
But now coming to his extended family, the rich man is expected to do so many things that he has been doing before, but not knowing that his cash flow is just you just hear it in the bank that this man is very rich, but he has so many people to take care of, more than we can even think. The rich man in Nigeria, now when you go to the village, you can't even sleep. People are meeting upon meeting, and those meetings are not meetings that will give you money. It's meeting to do what? To make ends meet. Because in Nigeria now, the closest thing we're talking about is even how to feed ourselves. Yeah, so the rich man also cries very, very well. Now, that is like 3-4 years ago, the rich man cries a little. Yeah. But in 2026, the rich man cries more.
Seriously.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, okay, we've said that when the rich are okay, jobs trickle down. If the rich they are now struggling, what does that mean for unemployment and for SMEs, small scale, medium scale industries? Yes, industries and enterprises. Now that they are crying, what do you think? How does it affect these people?
That's the brunt of the whole matter. That's where sometimes when I sit down like this, you see me, I'll lose interest in so many things, because those downtrodden people, that is why God has given some of us what he has given us. But you cannot see that what we have cannot get to them. Not that it cannot get, you have more people to take care of now than before.
Yes.
And what does it mean? It means that why it's like that is that some of the businesses we do these days are more on paper than on ground. Take real estate that I'm into, for example.
Okay.
Get a site you want to build. You've done your cost analysis. You've done your bill of quantity. You've assembled experts that will do the job. Then you begin to see that the cost of cement as at last week is not the same with this today. So it draws you down. Yes. And when you say, okay, let me take like 2 or 3 days or 1 week to rearrange, that laborer that comes to work, that woman that comes to sell mama put, that person that comes to sell pure water, that person that comes to carry things in the site, you see, when it affects them, you see that this small scale they are now downtrodden the more.
Yes.
So all these things are factors that we need to look at. Well, how do I say we need? Because if we don't get Nigeria stabilized very well, you see that things will not work the way it normally works. Now I can say that I have like okay, let's say government gives me a contract, not even my own now. I'll say the timeline to executive is like 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, 1 year. But because of these factors that I earlier said, like building materials, cost of paying the professionals too to even do the drawing and the rest of them. If it affects those timing, you see that people that are, because government work and Nigeria now is in change. The person that gets the contract, the person that will execute, the traders that he buy goods from, all these things, if you don't systematically put it the way it used to be, you see that those ones, they suffer.
Okay. So definitely what it shows is that in actual fact, if we were to say, it is even better that the rich man does not cry, because and that his economy does not go down, because if it does, many people along the line will suffer for that shame. Yes, because I remember myself, even as I am not being among the people that are called rich people today, I used to have some people that I would send money to, at the end of every month. because they will ask me, please send, we need this and that. But today, it has not doubled. It has multiplied the number of people that will ask for one assistance or the other. And I'll keep wondering, where would I even get the money to do all this? You know, so sometimes for me, even as small as I am, I may want to maybe meet some. By the time it will get to a point that I'll look and see that I've almost finished everything I have, that I won't even have much again for my own family because I was trying to sort out some other people. So I really understand the pains of the rich man now, because me, in my little estate, I've seen a bit of it. And I know that people who are quite big are the ones who always call and plead with to do this or that.
Yes, yes.
That brings me to the next one. As you know, as you are involved in business, you are an owner of business, and I want to ask, how has the economic situation now changed the way you operate in 2027? Like though you mentioned a bit of it now, but how has it changed this economic situation? It's not the way you operated in 2024 or 2022 or 2020 that you're operating now.
Yes.
What is it that has made the difference?
Like I said, there are so many factors. There are so many factors. Looking at it from the Nigerian point of view, I'm not talking about the holistic.
Yes,
I'm not looking at myself. I'm looking at, because one way or the other, I discuss with my peers, I discuss with my friends, I discuss with my business partners. So I have ideas of what they feel and what I go through. Like what you were saying before, the weight on Oga now is much better than it was before. Because like you have, okay, for example, your sister child is in school. She's asking you to give her like 100 or 20 or 50,000 for WAEC. That they said that they will increase.
Yes.
Then your own child or ward is abroad, is asking you for dollars. So you see, scale of preference now becomes a problem.
Yes.
But with what we have now, it's very difficult. Then talking about the way it affects business very well, because before you know it, some of us have downsides. I used to have like 3, 4, 5 drivers, but now just one, and that one is basically for the children. I drive myself, my wife drives herself. In the office, you have cleaner, you have receptionist, you have, but you merge work now. When you come to the office, clean this and this today. Like even the government, the federal government is the civil servants, they come to work 3 times a week now.
Yes, they say working from home.
The home. So it's all the same thing. Then even going out now, you look at the fuel. You look at the fuel you burn. You go to the places that will give you gain. Important, yes. Very important places. So it affects almost everything we do these days. Not only me, every businessman. Both the super rich, the big politicians, the civil servant, the super government workers, everybody looks at what he does now. Okay, let me just put it down for example. If you go to beer parlors now, you see lesser people.
Yes.
Lesser people eating fish, drinking now, because you have to look at your pockets eventually.
Before you start going anywhere. Okay. I want to get to ask you this other question. After that, I will take a bit of the other session, that is monetary talk. I would still take a bit of it because there are some of them that were not in the business news. I'll take them and return. But before we go to that discussion on monetary matters, I want to say that the investor, how has investor appetite changed in Nigeria today? Are the rich still investing locally or moving money abroad? You know, like let me give you an example. In America, at a stage, the rich people in America, the manufacturers in America, stopped manufacturing. So most of their manufacturing companies became moribund because they found out that send your product to China. They will finish everything and bring it back to you. What you will spend, even in bringing it back, is less than what you spend in manufacturing it here in America. So they decided, okay, most of these ones, let's send it to America. And they will send, and so until Trump came in, he started insisting, no, You must do it here. If not, if you do it there, we will give you tariff that will give you trouble, that you must have a change of mind. So in our country, how are they doing it?
Production industries in Nigeria has mostly shut down. We all know that. We don't need to lie about that. You know about Smith, Klein, Bisham.
Yes.
You know about Glasgow.
All those
ones, even Guinness, they've left us. So what we do now is the bit of what we can do. Coming to real estate, because I like to talk where
yes. Even that real estate, stock, dollars, and
everything.
Nigeria
people prefer to send their monies abroad. Rest in my real estate.
Yes.
Somewhere in Apo. The person told me that he prefers to buy a house in Dubai. Then begin to get some that is money dollars from that. It gives him dollars. It gives him comfortability. Destroyed all those buildings. So you see, some people are more comfortable sending those monies abroad. And like we said when we're talking about SMEs, when you don't spend these monies in Nigeria, the real problem we have in Nigeria, I used to tell people, I say it, if we can make the lower class people comfortable, you see our problems we minimize. Because if you want to build those estates in Nigeria, but when these things don't work, business.
Petroleum Regulatory Commission to return the assets to the licensing basket for further geological studies before reoffering them. The commission, Orishe Meyiwa Eyesan, said the government was not surprised by the outcome because the frontier assets had not been sufficiently de-risked to attract commercial investment. And the analysis of the event brochure showed that the assets include PPL 2831, PPL 2835, PPL 701, PPL 702 to 703, then 802 and 803. She, however, expressed optimism that additional geological work would improve the attractiveness of assets before they are reintroduced in the future bid rounds. That happens to be from there. Then let's take the next one. AI can boost Nigeria's GDP by 4%. Of course, this first one came from Damilola, and then we're taking this one from Sami Tunji. He said artificial intelligence could and sub-Saharan Africa's economic output by as much as 4% over skills development and governance. The International Monetary Fund has said the IMF disclosed this in a blog published based on its departmental paper Unlocking the Potential, AI in Sub-Saharan Africa. The report was authored by Martin Snindler, Nicholas Spatafora, and Andrew Tiffin of the fund's African department. According to the IMF, AI conditions would add only 0.2% to gross domestic product over the next decade. According to them, our research shows AI's promise, but it also points to significant risks and challenges, the fund stated. It added, at current levels of preparedness, we next decade. However, if countries can put the right foundations in place to accelerate adoption and extend the impact of AI beyond today's digitally connected firms, the gain could rise to about 4% over the decade, nearly half a percentage point of additional growth a year. ECOWAS reaffirms plans to roll out ECO single currency in 2027. The Economic Community of West African States has reaffirmed its commitment to launching the long-awaited single regional currency, the ECO, in 2027. According to the regional body, this is a major step towards deeper economic integration, stronger regional trade, and sustainable growth across West Africa. The decision was one of the major outcomes of the 69th Ordinary Session of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government that is held at in Lungi, Sierra Leone, under the chairmanship of Sierra Leonean President Julius Maada Bio. On the final communique issued, the leaders said ECOWAS economies remained resilient despite global economic challenges and projected a favorable outlook for 2026, supported by declining inflation, lower public debt to GDP ratios, and a widening current account surplus, although fiscal deficits remain a concern. On the single currency program, the body declared that the authority reiterates its firm commitment to the launch of the ECO in 2027 as a key instrument for deepening regional economic integration and promoting sustainable, inclusive, and resilient growth within the community. According to the communique, the ECO will initially be adopted by member states that meet the agreed convergence criteria, while countries yet to qualify will receive support to enable them join the regional currency at a later stage. It welcomes the registration of the name ECO with African Intellectual Property Organization and directed the Commission to secure trademark registration with other regional and international intellectual property bodies. Beyond the currency program, the authority also expressed concern over worsening insecurity in the Sahel and Lake Chad Basin, condemned attacks by terrorist groups, and endorsed a revised roadmap for activating the ECOWAS Counter-Terrorism Brigade, with full operational capability expected July 2027. Member states were urged to clear outstanding community levy arrears earmarked for financing the regional center counter-terrorism force. The communique strongly condemns the increased spate of banditry, kidnapping, and abduction of school children, particularly in northern Nigeria. It also expresses its solidarity with the people of Nigeria and commends President Tinubu for the swift action taken to secure release of victims and measures put in place to combat the menace. Well, that is the much we will take from that now. We will still continue with the main thing. Thank you for being part of it. Let's return to our guest today again, Chief Kingsley Chime. We want to continue with him, and I must say thank you so much, sir, for being here and for being part of what we're doing.
My pleasure, sir.
Right. For years, we heard poor are suffering. Now, even big car dealers, landlords, school owners are complaining. I mean, everybody everywhere is complaining. The question is, what changed? Eh? But again, we also say, do you think this shared pain can finally lead to the unity in demanding better governance in the country?
Thank you. What changed is the system. Our systems have broke down. When you were reading the news, you spoke about security.
Yes.
And when you input security into system change, you see that everything has collapsed. So except we begin to look at these things holistically, it will remain the same. The rich will cry more. Why do I say that the rich will cry more? It is rare, apart from going to gather children, like you said. If you go and kidnap somebody selling oba, you will feed him more. The person will even be happy staying with you.
Exactly.
He will be happy staying with you. Because he will take some things that he does not have opportunity to take. Even if the Indomie arise, they say they feed them. The person feeding, cooking up, but the biggest diet is apple. So it's a system change. Okay, look at Nigerian roads, for instance. How do you bring in these goods? Big men has gone down now to farming. When you go everywhere, you say this farm, the other farm, the other farm. But bringing those, I was going to Kefi the other time. I saw a pickup fell. That pickup had like more than 500 crates of egg damaged. Then when you look at that, you see what I'm saying? System change. The roads are so bad. Education, the same thing. So until we begin to bring these things together, it's a holistic thing. It's not one you okay. Let's look at our power supplies. Everybody in the house solar. The other time, 3, 4, 5 years ago, it was generator. You say there's sound, noise pollution, air pollution, and the rest of them. Now we have changed to solar. Some of these solars are not even fake.
Yes.
They will say they'll give you a 10 kVA, this, that. When you put it on your television, another 2-3 hours is gone. So we need a system change. Until the system change, it will continue to be the same way. Thank you.
Okay. It will continue to be the same way. I pray that they will really help us to change this situation, this system very well. Do you think, or let me say, when the rich feel the heat, do policies change faster? Because if it's the ordinary people, maybe the policies may still continue to do it. But now that the rich, they are feeling it. Are we seeing, that policies can change faster because the rich is involved in the pain at a time like this?
I see it as the same thing. I see it as the same. You know, when I describe the rich, I describe the ones we call the super politicians.
Super rich.
Those are the super rich people. And those are where this change must start from. Except they change their attitude. Can you believe a politician coming to work with 7 different kind of 2026, 2025 Jeeps and Hilux of 2024 models? You have like 15 of them. They use Nigerian money to fuel it.
Yes.
They use Nigerian money to buy it. And they cannot fix the road they will ply on. But because of the comfortability of the cars, you see them staying there. You remember when the airline shut down for 2 or 3 days?
Yes.
The roads, they began to look at the roads. You see roads spring up from here to here. So I think, yes, if the rich cry more, better things will happen to the poor people. Well, I'm not praying that they should cry more.
Yeah,
my prayer is that the politicians should look at the right things they are supposed to do. When you hear trillions of naira or dollars being spent on electricity, you begin to wonder, is it electricity they want to give us?
I wonder.
When you hear billions of naira spent, I was discussing with one politician. I said, why don't we concentrate on the roads that we have first, before we begin to do all these coastal roads? You're going from here to Enugu State. You're taking this Lokoja road. You see people sleep in the place. You're taking the Kogi Kefi route. The roads are cut into 2. Why don't we fix those smaller ones? You see, things will begin to happen for us in this country.
Yes.
When we look at all these small things, when we look at the road network, look at education, I've not talked about health too. When we talk about the rich also cry, you know how they treat themselves.
Yes.
Some of them, before you know it, they will charter air ambulance, go to Germany, go to Israel. Now it's Egypt. Yeah. India, they've stopped India now. Now it's Egypt.
Because of the money that is...
Yes, because of what is involved. Yeah. So you see, these things, we need to really look at our own country. Leave all this Jackpa. Okay, I'm not even speaking about Jackpa system. The rich people, their children are leaving them. Because to go to Canada or Britain now, it's not 1 million naira. It's not 2 million naira. You spend like 20, 30, 40 million naira to get your visa, get your papers ready. And even has gone to the school first. So you see, there are so many systematical failure that is wrong with Nigeria. When these systems begin to run very, very well, you see things will begin to get better. The rich will not cry. The poor will not cry.
Okay, we want to see if we can get, let me ask, because we're going towards the end of the program now, if we can find out, maybe if you can give us one example or more in the last 6 months where you personally felt that, oh, even the rich are crying now. I can see it from what I have seen around me.
Okay, the one that I cried, not even the rich. No, this is natural cry. I traveled to the village.
Yes.
There are people, I used to pay school fees to 1 or 2 people. There are people know that. When I came home, the people that are waiting for me for school fees, I even see some people that you think that they were managing.
Yes.
Because some of them I'll ask you, what about your father? I thought he's this and that and that. You see, it's so tight. I missed my flight. I was coming back. I used to have a driver that brings me. I called him. He said that his vehicle is down.
Oh.
So you see, there are so many examples. Or do I talk about medical bills? I was going out the other time in my village. One young man stopped me that yes, when I was building my house, he was part of the people carrying block. Because I saw him. He was so lean. And what is the problem? He's very sick. I had to take him to where I bought food. I took him to the hospital. I said that they should begin to treat him. That whatever is the cost, I'll pay. Only for me to stay in 2 weeks. They say he's dead. Ooh. I really felt it. Felt it.
What a pity.
So it's systematic failure everywhere. So the government need to come out and look at and when people cry and the people in the system in the government does not look at them, they need to cry more.
Yes. Because
it must affect you. One way or the other, it must affect you.
Hey. Oh God. Well, for the one that is gone, may his soul rest in peace. That's
Amen.
what we'll say.
Amen.
And then we'll still work on. That's one thing. They say the show goes on.
Yeah, it must go on as long as we are still alive.
Yes. Then again, I would say there are coping strategies that some people are carrying out these days. So I want to ask you, what strategy have you seen among the upper middle class Nigerians that you never saw before? You know, what strategy are they using to cope now that you never experienced that it could happen before?
Let me bring it down to our families.
Yes.
Before, when you go to a big man's house, the first thing that will make you to know that this is a big man's house, you see like 7 drivers, 3 cook, different tribes. This one will cook the Igbo food, this one will cook the Hausa food for his guests, this one will cook the Yoruba food for his guests. Yes. You see maids everywhere. Then you see houses. Big houses. But these days it's not like that anymore. When you go to one person who will be the driver, he will be the cook, he will be the dry cleaner. So you see, everybody is rearranging. People are rearranging. Even our houses these days, instead of having 3 or 4 houses in Abuja that you can run from this, you sell some of them, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But people are rearranging themselves to adapt to the system. This is what the society is giving us now. Because I would say the society is, because it's not our own plan that it will be like this. It's what the system has given us, and that is what we must take, because there's nothing you can do about it.
Yes, there's nothing we can do about it. Oh well, thank you so much, sir. Honestly, I'm enjoying every bit of this discussion because there are things that we can pick to help the economy. As I keep saying, most of the discussion we have here is that someone who is staying at home watching would at the end of this, okay, I think I've learned this, to add to whatever he or she has so as to help get better. And then I would say, this moment, do you see it as a crisis, or is it the moment, a moment of reset for Nigeria? That reset that Nigeria needs for a long-term growth. Is it the time for it, or do we wait for another time for this reset? Or is it just ordinary crisis that it will soon be over, money will soon be everywhere, people will start living like they used to live?
Okay, thank you. What calls for a reset in somebody's life is crisis. Without you going through crisis, you cannot reset. So this crisis calls for reset. And when I mean reset, I mean holistic reset. We need to begin to look at this entity called Nigeria. Like I did not answer one of the questions you raised about the way we should look at our voting system.
Yes.
I think people should vote for credible candidates. People that have been tested. People that you know that you can trust with your vote. People that will change the system. I'm not campaigning for anybody.
Yes.
I'm not a politician. I've never been one. I've been called so many times to come and become this, become that. No.
You say no.
I told them no. Everybody that knows me, that people have been calling me for one thing or the other. To contest for this, contest for that. I said no, because I don't have that kind of mindset they have.
Yes.
So we know the people we should vote for. Please, let this your vote count this time around. I was part of the people that said that I will never vote again, but I will. Because we need to change this system ourselves. With our votes, we can make them do better. We can still vote for them, but make them do better things.
Yes.
We can still hold those our votes, so that when we talk about resetting now, the resetting, Fela of blessed memory, sorry to quote him, said, these all prices will bring out the peace in us, even the peace in this country. When we talk about Nigeria, there's no peace in Nigeria now. Everybody is running helter-skelter. You are lying down, you hear boom, something fell, you begin to jump up and hide in under your bed.
Exactly.
So we need total reset. We need to reset everything, so that the rich people are even the more people going to the hospital now. Before you know, you hear that a rich man collapsed. It is rare for you to hear that a poor man collapsed like that.
Yes, that's true. That's correct.
Now, what is he thinking of? Is he thinking of that tomorrow the government will change and his business will fail? Is he thinking about tomorrow he will go to hospital? The poor people don't basically go to hospital. Yes. They go to chemists.
And they call cardiac arrest the sickness of the rich man.
It's the rich man's sickness.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Okay. I must say that it's been good sharing the moments with you, sir. Yeah. Chief Kingsley Chime is an estate mogul here in the FCT and beyond. And we are glad that you found time to come today. In actual fact, I must say it on air that I have looked for you for so long. And today I've been able to get you. I want to pray openly on air that you should make yourself available for more times you will come here.
No problem, sir. Right. No problem. Thank
you so much.
It's been my pleasure.
It's a big pleasure, sir. Yeah. And we pray that God will help that the business you do will continue to grow.
Amen.
Let it get to the point of you coming to you to ask you to come and partner with IT with our station,
no problem.
So that we would use IT to make everything get better.
We
have strong IT fellows here.
Yeah,
that's one thing I know. That's the thing. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And dear viewer, thank you also for being there, for being part of it. Honestly, it's a pleasure to always share the moments with you. There is something I didn't do, and I guess I will do it before we go. I want to tell Chief Chime to give his last words to the viewer. Let me use word of encouragement. What have you got for every person in Nigeria, both the rich and the poor?
Okay. Judge side of this world, okay, I would say that we should hope to God. Nigeria will get better, much better. I heard somebody in this television the other day saying something that I never knew, that Nigeria borrowed money to World Bank in the 70s, 74, yes, and lent money to IMF. Same Nigeria.
Yes.
So I would say it will get better. All we need to do, pray more, do the right thing. Don't overspend where you're not supposed to spend these days. Don't go to where you're not supposed, even for security reason. Let us hold ourselves together, and God will do it for us. He has done it so many times. Nigeria has gotten to sometime in a boiling point that will say that tomorrow Nigeria will not be, but Nigeria goes beyond that. So it will still get better. Let's just hold on to God. And I know that with all his plan, it will come good for us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you so much, sir. That reminds me of the former president, military president, former president Ibrahim Babangida. In one of the interviews there, and said, the thing that baffles me most, or that surprises me most, is the fact that the economy of this country is still growing. In spite of all that has happened, I was thinking that I didn't know. It looked as though it would break. Incidentally, one thing or the other happens, and it keeps going. Can you imagine what he said years back, many years, decades back? It is still happening today. And so we know that there is a God factor in this country that is making things happen for us. Thank you so much again.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, dear viewer, as I said, and also thank you to my people that have worked with me. Ephraim, I want to say it again, Ephraim. I don't know why I started calling George. Ephraim Omunda, thank you so much for being there for me and helping to put things in order. Victoria back in there, thank you so much for working with them. Sosa Ehizejie, I won't forget that. And Elizabeth Ahieba, thank you. Let me not forget Bright Chukwuebuhe, the bright man. We wish you well, and you're doing the work. Thank you so much for doing it. And let me thank also other persons that have been with you there. I wish all of you the very best at a time like this. I think I saw Kaje Tampayos around still. We want to thank all of you. Emmanuel, thank you. And let me not forget to thank my great editor, Victor Adeye. Thank you so much. Victor Chizea of the IT, as well as Oluwaseun Adejunwa. Thank you so much for all that has happened. Felix Akinjagbola and all. Thanks a lot. And to my supervising producer, Ruben Okala, thank you so much. This has been a session where we have thought about what will happen to make us and make the nation better and make our purses better individually. And so we'll still bring someone else some other time and continue to talk on the things that will help the economy get better. in this program, The Economy Today. On behalf of all, this is Okechukwu Anubogo, and what have I got to say? May the very best happen to us all the time.